Aloha, my friend. This is Billy Wiggly coming at you live from the Ninth Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. How you doing today? Are you staying positive? Remember, here at Don't Get Mad, Get Skills, we're working every single day on maintaining PMA, a constantly positive mental attitude. Excuse me. That way, we're always hearing angels whenever we're doing anything. When you've got a constantly positive mental attitude, you can do anything. Like, for example, check this out. Right here. Boom. We are inside of our Excel spreadsheet. This is Microsoft 365. And I just want to ask you a quick question. Hey, what's the name of this right here? You don't know? How about what's the name of that right there? You don't know? Okay. What's the name of that tool? That, and that? I think I already kind of gave it away. What are the names of those? They actually have two names. One of them is tools. What's the other one? You're about to find out in a moment. Yeah. What are all these things called? These are all elements of the Excel screen. Like, check this out right here. Look at this. When you know all the elements of the Excel screen, in Excel, Microsoft 365, 2023, you're going to be able to master your way around all the Microsoft 365 applications in 2023. Yes. When you know your way around Excel and you got a good, solid foundation on the basics, you become genius-like. Now listen carefully. I didn't say you become a genius. I said you become genius-like. So check this out. I got my marquee inside the data, right where it's supposed to be at all times. Keep the marquee in the data. And I'm going to be genius-like. I've selected that range of numbers. That's 4 numbers I've selected. That's 525,042, and the average of that is 131,261. Look at this. I've got 6 numbers. 1,765,177 is what they sum up to, and the average of those is 294,196. How did I know that? Well, because I know the elements of the Excel screen and I know how to navigate my way around it. But hey, before we get started on learning all the elements of the Excel screen, why don't we just jump right into what we do every single day, our 6-item list. And here we go. The first item on our 6-item list every single day. We choose to be happy. That allows us to maintain our constantly positive mental attitude, which leads to us being open and being able to clearly see, clearly think, clearly act, and focus on responding to events so that we can determine the outcomes that we desire. We got it together. Woohoo! Let's go and make a plan. Your 6-item list is a plan. 6 items every single day. Write down. Whatever you complete by the end of the day, cross it off. What you didn't, put it on the new list and add enough items to make your 6-item list every single day. Make a plan. Then always don't get mad. Get skills just like today. We're going to get the skills necessary for us to be able to master all of the Microsoft 365 applications. Master the navigation of them, which is one of the most important parts. How do you get around Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint? That's the beginning of your success. And most of all, do it now. Come on now. Let's go. Let's get right into it. And here we go. We're going to do it a little bit different today. We're going to learn the elements of the Excel screen with some old school hip hop music in the background. There we go. Woohoo. Oh yeah. Let me turn this back down. Way down here because we still want to be able to hear the music, but we want to know what the elements of the Excel screen are. The name of the song we're listening to right now is called Whoop. W-O-O-P, and it's an appropriate song for this moment because we're picking up the skills that are going to allow us to whoop some butt in everything that we do in Microsoft 365 because it starts with knowing your way around the elements. And let's get started right away with the strip of buttons and icons that's located right above your work area. And the strip of buttons and icons that's located right above your work area, it's called your ribbon. And every single ribbon has a name. And the name of that ribbon is located on a tab. And this particular ribbon that we're in right now, it's called the home ribbon. Or you can say the home tab. This is the home tab. This is the home ribbon. So in the elements of the Excel screen, in all of the Microsoft 365 applications, they all have a ribbon. And the name of every ribbon is on a tab. And every ribbon is broken down into groups. Here we have the clipboard group. We've got the font group. We've got the alignment group, amongst other groups. We've got the ribbon. Every ribbon has a name. It's located on a tab. Every ribbon is broken down into groups. And every group is broken down into tools. These are known as tools. And because Microsoft is working really hard at combining, making it easy for Mac users to use Excel Microsoft products, not only are we calling these tools, but we're beginning now to see them referenced as commands. I know Mac users, you like to work with your commands. And we're giving them to you. So we got tools and we got commands. Now that we know a few of the elements, let's check out a few more. Let's move on right down to the worksheet. This is called a worksheet. This is the chart worksheet because we named it that. We can edit the worksheets. We can edit the worksheet names, the colors of the tabs, and the like. Check this out. I can just double click and I can give it a new name. Just like that. I can also right click on the tab and I can change the tab color. When in doubt, right click. Nothing happens, left click. Nothing happens, check your options. We're gonna give this tab a red color. We're gonna give this tab a blue color. And we're gonna give this tab a custom color. We're gonna give it the color of Excel. And the color of Excel, the RGB code is 1D6F42. Bam. And there we have it. We've colored our tabs. And the Elements tab, it's got the color of Excel. Yes, this is exciting. We're learning that all of these worksheets are all contained within a workbook. And this is our workbook. In this particular version of Excel, Microsoft 365, that's where the name of the workbook goes. Notice you got a little drop down. Have you seen this search bar? More on that in a moment. You can always just click on the drop down and change the name of your file and change the location. And this is easily accomplished when you're auto saving. I recommend doing the auto save, saving to the cloud. There's a lot of benefits that we can cover in another live stream. Now we've got the worksheets that are contained within a workbook. And now we need to know something else. You got to check this out. What is the... I just hit the ribbon. Did you see that? I used a keyboard shortcut. and that is Control plus F1. Control plus F1. Whenever I press Control F1, I hide. Control F1 on hide the ribbon. Just like that. You can also double click on any one of the tabs. Click, click. That hides the ribbon. Click one time, it opens up the ribbon. Click on the tool, and then when you click out, the ribbon hides itself. And I just noticed something else that I want to tell you. Let's just press Control F1 to open up the ribbon. We've got the ribbon. Every ribbon has a name, and the name is located on a tab. This is the Home tab. This is the Home ribbon. The ribbons are broken down into groups, and each group is broken down into tools. Now you got to check this out. Every tool has a name. When I hover over this tool right here, we see that the name of that tool is called the fill color. And that's a tooltip that just popped up and is telling me that's a fill color. Whenever any of these tools have a shortcut, the tooltip will tell us that it has a shortcut, and it'll show us a shortcut. So check it out. When I hover over the bold tool, the tooltip that appears tells me that it is the bold tool, and it makes your text bold, and it has a keyboard shortcut, Control B. Right now, the cell that I'm going to click on cell A1, right over there, cell A1. How do I know it's cell A1? Besides the fact that it's in column A and row 1. Well, we can look at the name box, and the name box is letting us know that the cell where our marquee is A1. And the formula bar is letting us know that the contents of A1 is text. And that text is spelling out name. Now let's get back to that bold. I'm going to press the shortcut to bold. The contents of cell A1. What's a shortcut? We hover over the bold tool. The tooltip pops up and tells us that it's Control B. Watch when I press the button, it bolds A1. And then the bold tool is grayed out. We know that in that cell where my marquee is, the bold tool is active. If I move my marquee to cell B1, we see that the tools that are active are these tools. The bold tool is not active in that cell. Are you seeing what I'm talking about? Whenever you click on a cell and you just look at the ribbon, it'll tell you all the tools that are active in that cell. Now we know that the tooltip told us that the bold tool has a keyboard shortcut, Control B. So I'm going to press Control B to deactivate that bold tool. Press Control B to bold, Control B to remove the bold, Control B to bold. What if I want to italicize? Control B to bold, Control I to italicize. And you're noticing the tools being highlighted. Control B, Control I. What do you think the keyboard shortcut is to underline? Control U. Yes, we guessed it, right? That when you hover over the tooltip, it tells you Control U is the underline. So we're going to undo all these right now. And let's keep on rolling, because now we know what this item is called. This is called the marquee. And the marquee should always be in the data. Just touching the data is good enough, but you really want it all the way in the data. Quickly, let me tell you. I want to ask you something. What's a keyboard shortcut that's going to put my default chart on a separate worksheet? Check this out. That's a chart. Okay. The shortcut is F11. So whenever you press F11, it generates your default chart on a separate worksheet. Now watch this. Now you're all excited. And you're saying to yourself, I can't wait to get back to the office and show my Excel skills to my boss, and you're going to say, hey, boss, check this out. How long do you think it should take me to generate my default chart in a separate worksheet? And your boss goes, I don't know. Show me. And then you'll go, check it out. Boo, that's a chart. It's a chart of what? It's a chart of absolutely nothing because your marquee was not in the data. Now just put your marquee in the data and press F11. There you have it. Angels. Keep the marquee in the data. So this is called a marquee. The next thing that I want to point out to you, it's available in every single Microsoft Office application, and that's the File tab. The File tab is important because the File tab, when you click on it, takes you right to the Backstage view. There's a lot of information we can get from the Backstage view. We can access recently used files. We can go to New, open up new files, find templates. We can click on Open, and we can see all of our recently used files and how to access other files. You've got tons of other information available to you. Info, save, save as. Click on the info, it gives you information about this particular workbook, who's created it, version history. If this workbook was not read-only, if it was saved to the cloud, we'd have a version history. So you can always go back. If somebody made a mistake, somebody messed with your spreadsheet, you get to work and you're like, who messed with my spreadsheet? They've changed everything. Don't get mad. You got skills. You're just gonna go and check out the version history because you knew how to save it properly. You've got all these features available to you. Options. When in doubt, go to your options. You should always memorize Alt-F-T, and that's the keyboard shortcut, the combination of keyboard strokes that gets you to the Excel options. Remember, when in doubt, right click. Nothing happens, left click. Nothing happens, check your options. Alt-F-T. Boom. How did I know that? Put it in the comments. The first person to put the right answer in the comments, I'm going to give you a free copy of the 7 Steps to Excel Success Shortcuts, Tips, and Tricks course. Jam-packed with lots of keyboard shortcuts, lots of shortcuts, tips, and tricks in Excel. Let's get back to some learning. The elements of the Excel screen. Now we know the marquee, we know the File tab. We got to know about the QAT. The QAT is a quick access toolbar. Now your quick access toolbar might look a little bit different than mine. Mine is customized. I've got the record macro, my sort buttons right there, my insert new spreadsheet button there, my camera tool. The camera tool is pretty cool. It's a secret feature in Excel that the only way you will know about it is if you were a member of the 7 Steps to Excel Success VIP membership. Because in there, you learn where to find a lot of these hidden features. What's the camera tool? I'm gonna take a picture of this right here. This whole section of data. Picture. I can go anywhere else in this workbook. I can go into another application. I can go into PowerPoint. I can go into Word. Any of the Microsoft PowerPoint applications and draw out my camera. Imagine that this is the screen that's viewing what the camera is pointing at. Now you can put this screen in any other Microsoft 365 application or in any other worksheet within this book. And you can observe, monitor what your camera is looking at. So maybe you need to make some changes in one worksheet that affect the results in another worksheet. So you want to take a picture of the outcome and put it right where you're making your changes so that you can see the impact of those changes. Watch. I'm going to change this 300 and 49,583. And you're going to see it edit right here in the camera monitor. Let's just make it a 0. Isn't that amazing? Boom. The music stopped for that. That was so amazing. So that's the QAT, my friends. Quick Access Toolbar. And when you hover over it, you'll notice that Excel tells you this is how you can customize a Quick Access Toolbar. You might still be looking for it because you're saying to yourself, mine is right here above the ribbon. So check it out. Click on the drop down. Look at all these options that you have right there. If I say uncheck the save, there's my save icon. So if I uncheck it, what do you think will happen to that save? Will it disappear? Let's see. Let's deselect it. It's gone from there. Ooh, this music is mellowing me out. I might have to turn it off because I'm not used to being excited in a mellow way. Let's add that save back in there. And then you know what? Look where it's at now. It's all the way over here. I want to put it right back over here next to the camera where I'm used to having it. And then I want to take this Quick Access Toolbar and I want to put it below the ribbon. Cool. Let's just click on the options and let's go down to show below the ribbon. Now maybe I can just click and drag. Oh, I can't click and drag. That was a good thought. Let's go ahead and right click and then go to customize the Quick Access Toolbar. I can right click anywhere on the Quick Access Toolbar and customize the Quick Access Toolbar. Or I can click on this drop down and go to more commands, which basically means the same as customize the Quick Access Toolbar. So here we are in our Excel options. Remember Alt-F-T, boom, gets us to our options. And because we launched the Excel options from the Quick Access Toolbar, it automatically opened at the Quick Access Toolbar. And here we see all these other options available to us. Remember, wait more than 1 second, 1.1 seconds, and then you can see a tooltip. And this tooltip is letting us know that we can choose our commands. And I'm going to click on this drop and I'm going to say all commands. Now that I'm in all commands, I'm going to press the letter C to take me down as close as possible to the C's. And there I see the camera tool. Look at all the other secret features you have. Did you know that Excel will talk to you? Speak the contents of a cell to you. We can just go to, I think it's called Speak Cell or Cell Speak. Speak cells. Let's just add it. Click on it and add it. Oh, I already have it in there. I didn't know that. But you know what? Since we're here, this is our Quick Access Toolbar. Here's that save. Remember, I wanted to move that save from the front of my Quick Access Toolbar right here, or the end, whichever you want to call it. This could be the front or the could be the end. I want to move it right over here, right next to my camera tool. All right. The way that we do that is we go into our Excel options, Quick Access Toolbar, or customize Quick Access Toolbar. And then right in here, we can just select the tool that we want to move. And then we can move it up or we can move it down. Up, 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 right next to the camera. Right where I wanted it. Now, let's go right ahead and press OK. Autosave is moved, Excel is telling me, but we're not worried about that. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. It's awesome when everything works out. And it's just like that in all the other Microsoft 365 applications. Everything that we're doing right here is just the tools. Some of them are going to be a little bit different. On the Home tab is where all of your formatting options are located. And it's that way in all of your Office applications. Since I have PowerPoint open, Let's go to PowerPoint and let's go to the Home tab. Look at that. In PowerPoint, we got a File tab, takes us to the Backstage view. We got all our tabs, and right now the Home tab has a clipboard group. And look, we can do all of our formatting options in our Home tab. It's that way in all of the Microsoft 365 applications. That's why when you know the elements of the Excel screen, you got a good solid foundation. Excel and Word are the main programs in Microsoft 365. They're the OGs, Excel and Word. You master Excel and you master Word, you master all of Microsoft 365. Guaranteed. Yes, I guarantee it. Now, how was I doing this a little while ago? How was I so genius-like? How did I know that all 5 of those numbers total 1,108,095, and the average of all 5 of those numbers is 221,619? Genius-like. So check it out. Some of you might be going, I know. If you know how to do it, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. How did I do that? Check it out. I want you to take a look right over here. Just right over here. This area right here, the bottom part of Excel. See that? That's called the status bar. And the status bar has all kinds of nifty little things going on. You didn't know that, did you? Whoever looks at the bottom, well, you should. The people that are members of the 7 Steps to Excel Success VIP membership, they know. They know all these things that I'm teaching you. All these things that have taken me years and years and years and years to discover and teach to thousands, tens of thousands of people. All the 7 Steps to Excel Success VIP members know it. So we selected this range of data, and now look at the status bar. The status bar has given me results. Let me zoom in again real quick. And now look at that. There's the average, there's the count, and there's the sum of that selection. Watch it in action. Check it out. I'm going to select these 2 numbers. Excel is saying the count is 2, the average of those 2 is that much, and the sum is that much. And now you're saying to yourself, I can't wait, Billy. I can't wait to get back to my office. And then I'm going to show my boss what I learned. You're going to say, boss, check this out. I'm genius-like. I just learned a bunch of Excel. I'm going to grab all these numbers right here, these 4 numbers, and the total of that is... Boo. What happened? Well, you saw what happened if you were paying attention. Just right-click on your status bar, and then you can customize it. And what I did, you noticed, I deselected the sum. Now I'm going to go ahead and check the sum. I'm going to check the count, and I'm going to check the average. You're going to begin to see some results right here. Now let's go right to our status bar. There's the angels again. You got to get yourself some of these buttons that I have with. You can add your own effects. Pretty cool. Every time you get something right in Excel, you hear angels. Now look at this. My toolbar, status bar, is telling me that there's some issues with accessibility on this page. Well, let's click on it to investigate. And it's saying that I've got some missing object descriptions. So it's probably got an image somewhere. See, I've got images. That's the charts that we made on separate worksheets. I've got some text boxes from a class that I was teaching earlier. And it said, hey, you can just click on these and go right over there. And you can add a description to them to make it more accessible. Let's go back and check out the accessibility again. And merge cells, don't use merge cells. Merge cells are bad. And it's letting us know this is bad. And this page right here in particular is where I teach the 7 habits of effective lists. And one of the habits is don't use merge cells. Excel found it for us while I'm teaching the elements of the Excel screen. Just because we looked inside of our status bar. Now I'm just gonna go right ahead. I'm gonna right click on my navigation arrows right here. Right click. And this is my activate dialog box. It shows us all of the worksheets in the workbook. And I'm gonna say, hey, take me back to the chart sheet. How about this one? We changed it to a new name. Double click, boom, and we're there. Remember, we renamed it. Let's go ahead and name it back to chart. So I can just double click, tap in chart, enter. There you go. Just like that. So now we know that the status bar can be customized. The status bar has tons of other options available to you. Right behind me, you can't see it right now. You can see this little button. Let me hide myself and zoom right in so that you can see that this is called, these are our page view buttons. This is the normal view. This is the page layout view. And this is the page break preview. You know, let me give you a quick little tip on those. Here I am pressing on the normal view. This is the page layout view. Notice something? What if I printed this out? What would it look like? Look at this. This is the page break view. Printing, that is step number 6 of the 7 steps of Excel success. We learned that yesterday. You got to check out yesterday's live stream. The 7 steps to Excel success. When you see here, we've got page 1. Down there's page 2. This is page 3. Down there's page 4. That's how it's going to print. If I press Control P, Control plus P, what does that do? Type it in the comments. The first one to type what Control P does, put it in the comments. You're going to get a copy of my Shortcuts, Tips, and Tricks, my #1 course with 50,000 students in it right now. So if I press Control P, it gives me a print preview. Have you ever run into this? There's page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and you're like, can't we just print it on one page? Maybe you print all 4 pages out, and then you get a paper cutter, get you some tape, the original, cut and paste. You don't get mad, you get skills, whatever it takes. Well, printing is a whole nother episode. But let me give you a quick tip. When you're in your page break view, you see these little lines? Maybe we can move those. Maybe I can move this one all the way over here. Oh, look at that. I got 1 page. What's the shortcut to get a print preview? Control P. You got it. Now we got 1 page. Now there's more fine tuning that we can do to this to make sure that it prints out nicer than this. Because right now it's a little tiny and maybe we can make it better. We can. But that's a whole nother episode. Things are getting excited now. Let's change the views back to our normal view. We're almost done here. We're almost done. Let me hide for a moment. And let me show you this. This is called the zoom slider. And what do we use the zoom slider for? And here's our magnification percentage. We can click on the magnification percentage. It's called our zoom. We can do a custom zoom, or we can adjust the magnification 100%. Okay, there we go. We can also go ahead and left click on this zoom slider and zoom in and zoom out. Watch. I'm grabbing the zoom slider right there, and I'm zooming out and I'm zooming in just like that. Now that's not the way that I really do it. I like to use my mouse wheel, and then I press the control key. I hold down the control key, and I turn my mouse wheel. Look what this does. Hold down the control key and turn your mouse wheel. It moves the zoom slider. Watch this. I'm going to zoom into the zoom slider. And now I'm going to press the control key and turn my mouse wheel and watch the zoom slider move. This is a universal shortcut. It can be used in a browser window. Let's go to the 7 steps of Excel success. Did you know we also have an app? Yeah. And look, I'm going to press the control key. I can zoom in, zoom out, increase, decrease the magnification of the spreadsheet that I'm looking at. You got to check out the reviews. See what? Yeah, this is one of my students. She's got good things to say about the 7 steps to Excel success. VIP membership.
Hey guys, I recently finished the 7 steps to Excel class. I took 5 one-hour courses while I was at work. It really helped. I am confident in my Excel skills. I'm a lot faster. My Excel sheets look a lot nicer. And I'd recommend this class to anybody just because it's so easy.
So easy. She would recommend it. You know what? She recently got a promotion. I know because I follow a lot of my students on LinkedIn. We follow each other on LinkedIn because it's about our careers. There's more to it than just Excel. There's the 7 habits of effective people that are what I model my 7 steps to Excel success after. So come on now. 7 steps to Excel success. You get a free 3-day trial. And then it's only $7 a month. And you got access to so much. I think I might even include my live workshops in there. You can go here to the main menu. Check out the live workshops. They run anywhere between $147 to $247, sometimes more. It just depends on the content. I might decide to include some of these. I like this one. Learn how to write formulas. Okay, so let's keep on rolling with the elements of the Excel screen. What else we got? Let's get back to the ribbon. You remember how to open the ribbon? That's right. Control F1. You got it. See how much you're learning already? Now there's a couple more things I want to try. This one is pretty cool. I want you to notice this group is called the alignment group. This group is called the numbers group. And this group is called the styles group. The alignment group has this little arrow right here. The numbers group has that arrow right there. And the styles group, there's no arrow there. What's up with that? Put it in the chat. Why is there no arrow there? What is it called? Let's hover over it for a moment. Let's see if Excel will tell us. That's where you do your alignment settings. But what's the name of that little arrow? Put it in the chat. Come on. It's called a dialog box launcher. What does the dialog box launcher do? What does this particular dialog box launcher do? What does the tooltip tell us? The tooltip is telling us that this is where the alignment settings are. All of these are alignment settings. But what if I need more? What if I need to angle my text 56 degrees? Yes. Let's go where there's some text. My boss is saying, hey, take that header row right there and angle it 56 degrees. And you're saying that's got to do with my alignment. But where's the 56 degrees? Let me go right here to the dialog box launcher and see if there's more options. So it's called a dialog box launcher because when you click on it, it launches a dialog box. And that's what this is, a dialog box. And this particular dialog box launcher launched my Format Cells dialog box at the Alignment tab because I launched it from the Alignment group. It's all making sense now. This is why you can rule all of Microsoft 365 apps once you know your way around Excel and Word, the OGs of Microsoft 365. But now we need that alignment. We're checking more options because we want that 56 degrees, and here we are. And we go, oh, look at that. 56 degrees. We'll press OK. Ba-da. What happened? I thought it was 56 degrees. Oh, maybe I gotta open it up. There it is. 56 degrees. It did it. Now I'm gonna undo. I'm gonna press Control Z. Da-da, da-da. Just like that. Control Z. Control Z and Control Y are universal shortcuts. See the undo? Control Z. And the redo. Control Y. You can undo and redo up to 100 actions at a time. Yeah, 100. And you don't need to go undo. You can just go ahead and undo, select all the undos you want to do, and undo up to that point. Let's undo all the way to there. Pretty cool, right? So let's keep on rolling because we're just about done. We got the dialog box launcher. Now we got to go somewhere else, and I pointed this out earlier. Some of you might have caught it, some of you might have not caught it. So we're going to do it one more time. We got 2 more things left, and then we're done with the most important elements of the Excel screen. And there's so much more. There's so much more that I can teach you. I mean, I can just take this one little section right here, and we can spend all week just in this section. There's so much more. I could spend all day just right here in all these different accounting formats. And then we've got currency formats. And what's the difference between currency and accounting? Did you know there's a difference? Have you been wondering why it says currency there and it says accounting right there? What's the difference? They both have to do with money. Let me see if you can catch it. This is a currency format. That's the accounting format. I'm going to decrease the number of decimals using the decrease decimal tool. Ta-da, ta-da. Can you see the difference? That is the accounting number format. Pay attention to how the currency symbol lines up. Now I'm going to switch that to the currency format. Can you see the difference? There's a difference. Last 2 things left. If I was to say, hey, what cell is my marquee in right now? Now you know what a marquee is, right? Well, what cell is my marquee in? Some of you are looking right now, you're saying, I know what cell it's in, Billy. Billy, I can see it. It's up there in the corner. Your marquee is in cell A, 1,048,576. And I'm going to say you're right, because the name box is letting us know where our marquee is. Now, there's a lot of magic involved in that name box. That name box right there, I can use it for structured references. I can use it for navigation purposes. There's a whole lot of things I can do with that name box. We can teach a whole course just on the name box. 1,048,576. That's how many rows there are in Excel. That's right. And right now I'm at 1,048,576. How did he get there so quickly? Well, those are navigation techniques. Let me go back up to cell A1. Check out the name box. I'm in cell A1. Now I'm going to navigate down. Whoops. Down to 1,048,576. And then all the way back up to my next empty cell. And then one more time. Those are navigation shortcuts. What are they? Those come up in another class. This week I'm going to teach that. I'm going to go over a lot of the basics of Excel. Basics. We're going to lay a solid foundation this week just so you can get a taste for what it's like to be part of this community of the 7 Steps to Excel Success. VIP membership. Don't you want to be a VIP member? Don't you want to be a part of the community? Yeah, you do. Come on now. So many things that we talk about. Let's get on back over here because we got one thing left. We got the name box. Whew. So we know that this cell right now that my marquee is in is cell A1 because the name box tells us. And now, whenever we hover over the formula bar tells us what the contents of that cell are. So cell A1 contains text, the word name. Isn't that cool? Check this out. What cell am I in right now? What cell is my marquee in? Type it in the comments. Cell B2. How do I know? Because it says it in the name box, Billy. And what are the contents of cell B2? 256,832 number values, because that's what it says in the formula bar. Isn't that amazing? I mean, there's so much more that I can be teaching you right now, but we gotta stop at some point. Now you know what all the members of the 7 Steps to Excel Success VIP membership know. Now you know. It's just really amazing what, how this one program, Excel, I just go to myexcel.club. It's just amazing, all the content, everything that's available to us in the membership. And I'm just focused on the basics of Excel because you got to lay a solid foundation. A solid foundation so that you can catapult your skills to the next level. So you can keep getting those jobs that you want. So you can get a job. Maybe you don't have a job right now. 7 Steps to Excel Success VIP members know how to speak Excel. Check this out. We got a formula someplace around here. Let's find one. Let's put a formula right in here. Let's ask the formula bot. Hey, sum C2 and D3. Oh, it's D3. You got to put you got to ask the right questions. Submit. There's my answer right here. And then I'm just going to insert it into the current cell. Double click. There's my answers. Excel Formula Bot. In the description, there's links to the Excel Formula Bot. You can add this add-in. It's an add-in. How do you add add-ins into Excel? Join the 7 Steps to Excel Success VIP membership and you'll learn. This Formula Bot will even explain formulas to you. What if you open up a spreadsheet and there's a formula you don't recognize? What is this about? Check in the description. There's a link to the Excel Formula Bot and use the coupon code Mr. Aloha to get yourself a 10% discount on top of what they're already offering. So that's it, my friends. Ooh, we can stop the groove now because now we can let ourselves get totally excited about everything that we've learned so far. Isn't that cool? I mean, wow. We're just barely going over some of the elements of the Excel screen, not all of them. And that's enough. That's enough for you to be able to go into any of the other Microsoft 365 applications and start working in it. You paid enough attention to today's stream. Get a good handle of the 7 Steps to Excel Success. Get a good handle of the elements of the Excel screen. And that's enough information for you to be able to speak Excel with enough proficiency for you to get that next job you're looking for. Get your foot in the door And then you can just keep on learning. I'll keep on teaching you because I love you. Can't you tell? I love you and I want the best for you. I want you to keep on learning. But most of all, remember, don't get mad. Get skills. Aloha. See you tomorrow.